Good morning, afternoon, and evening to my dearest brothers and sisters from across the planet, wherever you are. I want to welcome you to this portal, to this channel that I'm launching today, 14th of January 2024. The topic I have chosen for my very first video today is feelings. If you cannot feel, you cannot heal. And I want to share a quick moment of why this speaks to me so much. I grew up in a culture, in a society, in a world that glamorized logic, glamorized intellect, glamorized and applauded my brilliance in an incredible intellect, I was told, growing up, adolescence, teenage, and even adulthood. What I didn't realize ever, especially with me, my soul being housed in an immensely traumatized body mind, that there is much more to the human being than the mind or purely the intellect. And since I could not feel, this does bring up a lot of pain or remnants of past experiences and pain for me. Since I could not feel myself, I thought of myself as a robot and I thought of the world, other humans as robots. And my incessant focus on excellence in academia, at work, was at the cost of trampling my own and others' feelings. I wish, I deeply, deeply wish I had known better. What I later realized that the trauma, there was deep sexual trauma and emotional neglect as a result of which I had a had an extreme tendency to avoid, escape, running away from my feelings basically was the default mode. And I had no clue. I didn't even have a paradigm of what feeling really, really meant. I could think about it all day long. I could analyze love. I could analyze a gorgeous sunset, but that's where I was, divorcing from life. That obviously was part of my relationship or a marriage also that led to a divorce. Quite obviously, it sucked, but with that pain, with that trauma, I could not even feel the extent of pain at the time. After a lot of work, fast forward 3 to 5 years, a lot of work around somatics, therapy, embodiment, and energetics, jumping into acting so that I can feel my feelings through other characters, which also worked well, but was not enough. And I kept moving. That was to my credit, definitely. As I grew, as I started to inquire, started to engage, if I may, more and more with my own body, the subtle sensations in my body as coming up as at the cellular level, at a very, very somatic level. Now, there's different connotations for the word soma, but in the modern era, it's used less for a more whole Greek connotation of spirit, but more for the human body. What I want to offer today is, in this world driven by logic or idolizing intellect, negating the power of feelings, the power of intuition, the power of the wholeness that the I would not want to get into the left brain, right brain conversation because it's the heart and the body that I'm trying to offer that we drop into. The belief that thinking moves us forward, feeling can leave us behind. This, in my opinion, this paradigm is the root of most of the problems we have, including an extremely myopic, short term profiteering paradigm that we have. Wall Street and similar headquarters of the economic or financial world, if I may. I tend to believe, brothers, sisters, that less thinking and doing, the hustling mindset, but more feeling, more being, the openness to allow, to trust, have faith in the process of life would lead us to a more connected planet, to a more feeling planet. I would, the fact that I'm able to share this today is because of a few friends who have been prodding me. And it's been close to 5 years that people have asked me to show up, confront my fear of being fully seen exactly as I am, where I am. And that is what I'm offering to all of you today. I didn't know that, even coming on a video to show up uh, exactly as I am would be such a battle within. But there was a tinge of perfectionism as well. What if I am judged? What if I'm shamed? What if I'm bullied? What if I'm harassed in public? But then I realized my faith in my mission and vision of a more healed, connected planet, the end of trauma as we see it, as we know it, has to be greater than these fears that I face. Trust me, all the time. And that fear is coming up a lot as I speak. But I also feel those deep, loving, spiritual goosebumps of just love. Just love to offer something of greater value. I would love to take all of you through an exercise in context of feeling. If there are parts of you you believe you're not loving fully, not accepting, not able to accept exactly as they are, as you are, and wanting to be somewhere else, wanting to be someone else, then definitely, or even otherwise, I believe this would add a lot of value as I have seen myself with my colleagues, friends, clients, acquaintances, and so on. So here goes. It would take less than 45 to 55 seconds, and I'm hoping this would be valuable. Please let me allow me to offer this. I would request you to cup your hands at your heart center. This is where our heart meridians emerge, and this is the center of receiving and giving, the flow of love, of money, of boundless joy, of everything basically that we are talking about. When you cup your hands, I would request you to imagine a tiny, tiny, tiny bird, a baby pigeon, a baby sparrow, whichever calls to you, your favorite bird. Just observe. Just that's all you need to do. Please observe. Just watch. Notice, notice what's coming up within you. Is it a tingle in your legs, pain in your elbow, a chirpiness in your heart, a notion of tenderness in your stomach, or a fear or clenching in your chest? Everything is valid. What do you feel? Is it the heaviness of fear or grief, pain, apathy, even guilt, debilitating shame? Is it more of anger, rage, resentment, greed, envy, desire, lust, pride? What is it that's coming up as you stay with the tenderness of the bird, the baby in your hands, in your cupped hands, close to your heart center? And now, it could, by the way, even be courage, it could be love, it could be acceptance, it could be peace, tranquility, any body sensations which we are terming as feelings, and these are the words in English I uttered, which we call emotions. Everything is valid, they are yours. All I'm requesting and urging, inviting you to do is feel. That's more important than labeling. Now, as you feel that, what you're feeling, I would urge you to flatten your palms, staying at your heart center. Do you notice something shift inside? While the baby bird, a pigeon or sparrow or butterfly, or any sentient being, a baby, an animal of your liking, for that matter, what has shifted? Do you feel the tenderness has vanished probably, or maybe gone down a little bit as we move from cupping your hands to flattening your palms? Thank you. Now, maybe we can try and close our palms, or maybe we won't. That would be the extreme. The baby might lose its life, might die. What I'm offering to you is, with the first part of these three, the baby bird is a metaphor for your feelings, for your embodied sensations. in this moment. For me, it's a throbbing of fear, especially since I'm showing up in public for the first time, and also a greater sensation of love, a faith in this moment. So I'm feeling a lot of rush. I wouldn't call it turmoil or turbulence as much as something like the Niagara Falls through my heart, for lack of a better analogy. Now, when I do this, it's more like the heart switching off and the head turning on, an evaluation from the head. Now, folks, brothers and sisters, as I addressed you initially as, don't get me wrong, the head is important. Thinking is beautiful. We have been given that power as humans. But in this context, when feeling is what we are working through, trusting in our feelings, honoring our truth, the head can create judgment, it can create evaluation. It's the chilling objectivity with which I'm looking at straight down into my feelings. That's another form of avoidance, escape, and suppression of our feelings. And likewise, with closure is also another, obviously, extremely violent suppression. And consciously or unconsciously, we all avoid or escape or suppress or unconsciously, as I said, repress our emotions day in and day out, just because we have not been trained to honor them. We are not encouraged to. Most of us are actually even paid a lot for our minds or using the brilliance of our intellect or thinking parts, but never for, or rarely for, our feeling aspects. I hope that was valuable for a moment, but this is something that is a practice. It's not a one time exercise. And I promise that whether you cup your hands or not, this is very powerful and very helpful initially. This can be an entry portal to actually seeing or being able to get into your truth, your life force, who you are, which is, of course, a bottomless journey, an endless journey and a bottomless pit, I would say. And it does bring a lot of joy. I feel that happiness, even sharing this. I'm inviting you to a very, very beautiful, powerful journey, and honoring your feelings is an entry point, a portal to your truth, your highest values, your principles, your whole self. And maybe a few seconds, few moments, even in the morning, in the evening, in the afternoon, or whenever you have a thought about, oh, this is something I just heard about or I learned on this channel. So why not try it out? I have nothing to lose, but much to gain. And being a deep empath, I want to share that there is a caveat of feeling too much, but that's for another video or another discussion, an overload of feelings. But trust me, that's at the other end of the polarity. But we are talking about starting the journey here of feeling. When there is a fear of feeling, that's also a feeling. So let's start dipping into the sensations and trust the process. So thank you very much, folks. I wish you all the best. Good luck, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you, and have a wonderful rest of your day.